Beautiful guy. Thanks so much. Yes, I'm also a huge fan of the CC, I love the work that's been done, and yeah, also high energy. I think it was Pauline that was chatting earlier about high energy. I'm definitely one of those. I'm a high red, as my good friend James Knight will always put it. If you haven't done your color yet, I definitely recommend going through James Knight's process. So yes, today I'm actually wearing my actual. This is my the South African Kung Fu jacket for this very special occasion. As Guy said, yes, I was very interested to Kung Fu. I'm going to quickly share my screen. I'll take you through. I got really into Kung Fu in a big way. So much so that I actually gave up work for a while. I had a business was going pretty well. I went into semi-retirement at quite a young age and just started doing Kung Fu. I trained with a 32nd generation Shaolin monk. My business at the moment is maj3.com, maj3.com. You can get a copy of my book, which I'll show you in a minute. And the business I'm going to be chatting to you about today is the LinkedIn VA Army. And then, of course, the Chrome extension, which we built for the Connect Collaborative, which is a white-labeled version of the Chrome extension. But getting back to Kung Fu, I was actually quite a lot on the news. I related Kung Fu to business and some of the principles that I learned in Kung Fu. I spent a lot of time with a 32nd generation Shaolin monk who arrived in South Africa, couldn't speak a word of English. I went to China multiple times, and I also went to the World Champs. Also did a TEDx talk on it. But at the World Champs, it's one of the largest martial arts tournaments in the world. It was absolutely amazing. They actually decided to do the tournament not in a stadium, which was a very weird decision, but they instead did it at this beautiful, magnificent Buddhist sanctuary in the middle of the mountains in China. That's us with the Italian team, so the South African team and the Italian team there. You can recognize the jackets. We had a relatively small team. I think there are about 15 of us. A lot of the other countries had 50, 60, some of them in the hundreds of competitors, being one of the largest, if not the largest martial arts tournament in the world. And people of all ages. There were 60, 70-year-olds competing all the way down to, as you can see, really cute little kids. That was my son. He was also one of the cute little kids, almost as cute as his dad. It's debatable, but we'll have that discussion later. This is my son Cameron. He competed also in the World Champs. Also trained really hard with the same Kung Fu teacher as me. That is actually a 99-meter high golden Buddha. It's in the mountains. It's huge, and it's not made of gold. China's wealthy, but I don't think it's that wealthy. But it's this beautiful Buddha in the middle of these 7 mountains, Jihua Mountains. And this is the training session at dawn, just after the sun came up. This photo has got an incredible story where the Brazilians, that's actually the Brazilian team, were taking their photo, and I jumped in and said, wait, let me take a photo with you. And then we called in the Americans, and then we called in the Egyptian team, and then we called in the Brits, and then we called in the Australians, and just everybody. And there was just this incredible photo. There were journalists taking photographs. It was like mayhem with all these countries screaming at each other to come and join in this one massive photograph. That got taken with people from all ages, from all over the world. The Russians, of course, were there as well. This is my son lining up for his event. He was 13 years old in the 13 to 17-year-old category. The boys were much older than him, obviously much bigger and stronger. But despite that, there he is celebrating his silver medal that he won at the World Champs. He's a little bit older now. This is his LinkedIn profile. He is now studying a second-year law. And the reason I bring up his LinkedIn profile, because what we did with Cam is before he started his degree, we started reaching out to lawyers all over the world and started building up his LinkedIn profile. He now has, actually it's almost 2,500 LinkedIn connections. Almost 99% of them are lawyers that he's connected to. By the time that he's finished his law degree, he will have close to between 8,000 and 10,000 lawyers that he's connected to. On LinkedIn, which, I mean, can you imagine a better way to start your law career than being connected to 10,000 lawyers on LinkedIn, specifically, and actual connections? So we've really been pushing his LinkedIn profile. And as you're going to see now, LinkedIn's something that is very important to me. We built our business around LinkedIn. We only use LinkedIn and a very small bit, and some digital marketing, SEO, a little bit, but 95% of our business comes from LinkedIn and or referrals from things like the Connect Collaborative. So those are the two main sources of businesses, and then obviously your digital marketing, SEO, everything fits into that. So we developed our own system that works on LinkedIn. It's owned by us, it's proprietary to us, it's our own system, it's our own software, everything is done by us and run and managed by us. Our philosophy is that if somebody else can do it, then we don't do it. So we need to be unique in the world in everything that we do. So the 3 master lessons that I teach connecting with Kung Fu, I connected to everything else that we've done through LinkedIn, through everything, are first of all is that you grow your personal reputation. It's like that honor principle. Honor. Yes, honor. It's all about honor, and it's all about your own personal reputation. You have to show your audience that you're a credible, reputable thought leader. If you're not doing that, do not do anything. Don't waste your time doing any other kind of marketing, advertising, linked or outreach. You must always build your personal credibility. That is absolutely critical to everything that you do. So it's about your own personal reputation and honor. The second thing, nobody cares about your product or service. They do not care. I know we love our product or service. I speak for ages about the notion of the chicken and the egg. Your product is like this cute little baby chicken, and you'll talk about it for ages and ages and ages. You've got these cute little eyes, and you love your little chicken, and you hold it and you show it off. It's like showing people your wedding photographs for hours and hours and hours. People don't care. You will talk about your baby chicken. Nobody wants to buy your baby chicken. So nobody wants to buy your product or service. It's too complicated. If it dies, who takes responsibility? Who's going to feed it? Who's going to keep it alive? Nobody cares. But if you sell them an egg, a simple little understanding of what you can do, get in the door, then that egg will hatch into your product or services, and it's co-created together, so that when the chicken hatches into their business, it's now co-created. And that's the difference between the chicken sale and the egg sale. So I talk a lot about the fact that nobody actually cares about your product or service. First, build your credibility, get your reputation out there, then your product or service will start to come. And the other thing is you've got 12 to 15 seconds to get somebody to click on LinkedIn. And this is going to talk about my book, which is called The Captivating One-Liner. You have to be bold and break through the clutter. That's literally all you have, guys. 12 to 15 seconds to get someone to click on LinkedIn. Now, I'm going to take a little deviation and talk about something that James Burkett said earlier about how easy it is to actually go core 5 and how easy it is to get people on the Connect Collaborative. The whole purpose of what we're going to be talking about today is specifically about how easy it is for the Connect Collaborative for you guys to build your own core 5 networks. Using the tool that we've developed. It's not going to replace all the work you've got to do. You still got to do some work, but you sure as hell is going to make it a lot easier. So I'm one of those high reds. I hate admin. I hate installing multiple apps. I hate going through ages. Guy's laughing, he knows. I hate lots of worksheets. It reminds me of school, and I hated school. Right? I hated that stuff. Some personality types love that kind of stuff, and they thrive in it. But I need a way of doing it that's relatively easy as well, that does a lot of it for me, but not all of it. So what Guy has produced is incredible, and the rest of the CC team is incredible, and it works. What we just developed now is just making it a little bit easier. But you still got to put in the work, at least some of it, but we make it easier. So I do not want to promote this as a replacement for all the great stuff Guy's done. It's an add-on to it. It's not a replacement. So yes, my book is called The Captivating One-Liner. And the Captivating One-Liner is that one line that talks about their pain and not your product. It's free on my website, which is maj3.com, maj3.com, and you can take a look at it. It's got plenty of examples, but it comes down to one line. Now I'm going to give you a couple of examples. To get that one line, we interview like a journalist would interview, and we come up with something like this. This is the captivating one-liner. You think your fleet of trucks is running smoothly until it becomes manslaughter and you and your directors go to jail. Now, these guys sell fleet management services, but the one-liner has got nothing to do with fleet management. It's got to do, or the product, it's got to do with the pain that as a director, you can be held liable. If you look at the opening sentence, your fleet of trucks is a compliance and legal disaster waiting to happen. If you don't talk about the problem and you only talk about your product, you're talking about the chicken and not the egg. You've got to go straight into their pain and tell them succinctly and clearly, this is your pain. If you can tell people what their pain is so beautifully and so eloquently, they will take you seriously, and you might just get that meeting, and then the sale becomes natural. So it's never about hard spam. It's always about a natural, gentle process. Here's another example. Paint companies. Reading your online content is dull, lifeless, and colorless. It's like watching paint dry. So once again, break through the clutter. You've got 12 to 15 seconds to get people to click on LinkedIn. And we actually do this work for our clients. We interview them like a journalist would interview them. And we actually write the one-liners. We do a workshop. And then we produce this work so that when somebody on LinkedIn clicks, and our click-through rates are between 10 and 20 times higher than ordinary click-through rates. Because of the captivating one-liner, when they click through to this work, your reputation is immediately built because you're the author of this work. This is one for the techies out there. If there's anyone in technical, we did this for a client, the SEO Lord's Prayer. Dear God, please don't ask me to do SEO on Shopify. So that's a bit of an in-joke. If you do SEO and you get a client that's on Shopify, you hate it because Shopify sucks to do SEO with. So this is a company that competes with the Shopifys of the world, but instead of going out and saying, we compete with Shopify, we are better than Shopify, we are the greatest e-commerce platform in the whole wide world, that's chicken talk. It's not going to work. So you talk about the pain, and it's about coming up with these really compelling one-liners. We do little videos sometimes with clients as well, and once again, making sure they're really compelling. When we reach out on LinkedIn profiles and we teach our clients to do it, or we do it, it looks amazing. It actually gets dropped into their LinkedIn Messenger and they can't help but click. That's why we've got a 10 to 20 times higher click-through rate than industry average. We've been known to get 20% click-through rates, which is like 30, 40, 50% times higher than industry average. It's so high, it's crazy, because you use the one-liner to get you into the door. And that's how you do it, using that specific approach. And you can see how nicely it looks when it gets dropped into the LinkedIn profile. So yes, we do the captivating one-liner workshops with you, and then we of course take it from there. And the captivating one-liner is the secret to our incredible response rates. Now, before I talk about the VA Army, now I'm going to start jumping into this notion of how do you build a community, and how do you does your community help you build your own prospects going forward. And this is now going to get into the Chrome extension. So we actually have virtual assistants out for hire, and we work with sometimes we have our own virtual assistants, and sometimes we work with other companies that supply virtual assistants. But the whole idea, guys, is that you create a community around you. It can either be kind of like rent a crowd, like what we do, is where we can basically, you can pay a virtual assistant to go out there and use their personal LinkedIn profiles to give you sales support, which is great. Or you can obviously work with the Connect Collaborative and grow your own network. But either way, the concept is the same. You need to have a community around you. So you can either rent them and they can help you build your own, work with the Connect Collaborative, and or depending on what your business objectives are. So this is the point that I'm trying to make, and it's the same with the Connect Collaborative. The Connect Collaborative has hundreds of members, right? If each of them maxed out their 100 LinkedIn invitation limit per week, that is 40,000 LinkedIn invitations per week that are going out. So like James said earlier, it's not rocket science. If everybody just follows the process, I call it FPP. Follow the process, princess. That's all you got to do. Just follow the process, princess. Just do it. You just follow it. And the same goes for everybody. So if you've got an army of 12, right? A LinkedIn army of 12 who are out there using their personal LinkedIn profiles, that is 4,800 LinkedIn invites per month. Now, what our software does is it manages the virtual assistants. And in doing so, also manages the Connect Collaborative, because the concept is the same. It's white labelable. So let me give you a little bit of a demo, guys. I don't have time to go into a full demo. But here's the Connect Collaborative tab. It takes you guys about a minute to install it, set it up, and activate the white labeled Connect Collaborative profile. It's cute and it sits on top of LinkedIn. Just like this. There's me and I'm ready to go. Now, here's the Connect Collaborative tab. Now, think of getting people onto the Connect Collaborative like you would be getting people and working them down your sales pipeline. It all starts with the people you want to invite to connect. You then move them down into the pending invitations tab. These are people that I've invited that I'm waiting to accept my LinkedIn invitation. Then they go down into the new acceptances tab. These are people that have accepted my LinkedIn invitation. Then we invited to meet on Zoom. Then we're currently talking. And then it goes, perhaps I'll revisit later. Kudos to Guy for coming up with the naming of these tabs, which is really cool. So your goal is follow the process, princess. FPP. Start from the top and work your way down. That's all you do. Start from the top and work your way down. You can also see cute little things like tags that get created. And you can even create your own tags like the Zoom Discovery Call. So I had a Zoom Discovery call with Ben and I created a little tag. It takes a few seconds. Now what this does is allows us to pull stats, which I'm going to go through just now. So how does it work? You start off with your Invite to Connect tab at the top. You can see I've got Christopher Baytok. Now what this does, this will replace this Phantom Buster. So I've chosen 20 and it's brought up a list of 20 different people I can now connect to. What it's done is it's given me 20 people from my Boolean search. If anyone does not know what a Boolean search is, talk to Guy. He'll happily tell you all about the Boolean search. So you've done your Boolean search, you're going to do it, and you're going to learn how to do this in the Connect Collaborative. You copy it, you paste it into the system. It even remembers which page you are on. I'm on page 1, but if I was on page 2 or page 8, it will remember me. Now you can see it's this guy's pending, follow. The first person on the list is Christopher, who's quite far down, right? That's because either I've already invited them, so this list excludes those people I've already invited, or I didn't like, or are on the exclude list, the Connect Collaborative exclude list, so don't call them. So there's Christopher. Now all I need to do is I can hit the connect button and it builds the message for me. Hello Christopher, looks like you have a great deal to offer. I would manually change his name to Chris. Looks like you have a great deal to offer that may interest some of my contacts. Hopefully, like me, you'll value stronger connections outside LinkedIn. If so, let's connect and with a view to meeting by Zoom or equivalent. Send. There, done. Now what the extension does is it records what you're doing and puts it into a separate database. So there's Christopher and Karen. There, hello Karen. Let's put her name in, send. I can then go on to future pages, etc., etc. Now once I've done Christopher, and I click done, and I do Karen and I click done. There, I've already invited. I can invite 100 people in 15 minutes. However, it's quality and not quantity. So you can go to Kim and you can check Kim out first. Check Kim's profile. Is this the kind of guy that I want to deal with? Man, he looks great. Now I'm searching for people in Perth who are business owners. He looks like a great guy to chat to. And I click connect from his profile and it builds his message for him. Hello Kim, send. Done. And there, I've invited him and I'll go back and I'll click done. Do you see how easy that was, guys? We're really trying to make it as simple as possible. But it doesn't stop there. No, there's more. So if you go to pending invitations, these are all the people that have not accepted my connection request yet. If I push check acceptances, I won't go through it now. It'll automatically move people who accept it into the new acceptances. But I want to show you something that I noticed earlier this morning. Wafa Lama, right, from the Sustainable Community Club, also based in Perth in Australia, right? Wafa, I haven't checked acceptances yet, so she's still in invitations. But look here, she responded. Hi Scotty, thanks for connecting for your message. It would be great to connect through Zoom and get to know more about what you're doing. Would you like to send an invite through, or can I call you if you send your email? My email address is this. I look forward to it. Guys, this is a discovery call on a platter. It's just landed in my lap. I didn't even have to do a follow-up. She just responded. Bang, wants to meet with me and has given me her details to do it. Sorted. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than this. So all you got to do is FPP, follow the process, princess. Just do it, just follow it. So there's Wafalama, she's done. I will move her down into the next thing later. In my new acceptances tab are the people that have accepted. So there's a Kim Gilbert, there's Carly, Dr. Alan Lee, there's Ryan. Now watch what happens if I push check acceptance message. It automatically brings up the message for you. Great, Ryan. I'm really looking forward to meeting with you face to face on Zoom, blah, 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 blah. Send. I've done it. I just followed Ryan. Ryan didn't respond straight away. So now I've just basically sent that acceptance message. And hey, presto, it's moved Ryan into the invite to meet on Zoom because I've just done that invitation. Do you see what's happening? As I go down the process, it's doing it all for me. It's building my pipeline of Connect Collaborative people. I can also then manually add a tag and do a whole bunch of cool stuff, but I'm not going to go into that much detail now. I've also got custom messages that I can send out, but I won't show you now. You'll learn that in the Connect Collaborative. The point is, guys, it's replaced Phantom Buster, it's replaced it Gaiazo, it's replaced it all this thing, all of this stuff, and it's let you do it forward. Now, this is really cool. We can see in the stats in the back end what you're doing. Now, please don't worry. I'm a bit of a privacy kind of individual. I like my privacy online. So we only check what you're doing on the Connect Collaborative tab. If you turn this tab off, the Connect Collaborative off, and you use LinkedIn for your own personal use, we don't keep track of that. So don't worry, we're not Big Brother watching everything that you do. But when you're doing stuff within the Connect Collaborative tab, we can pull statistics, right? So we can see, look here, I've done 52 invitations, 13 have accepted, 1 has attended a CC intro, and I've had 2 discovery calls. And 2 people have clicked on my Calendly link that I sent out to book a meeting, which resulted in those 2 discovery calls. So we can see top line stats of what you guys are doing. Handsome fella Guy Wilson has done 12 invitations, 5 have accepted, and he's invited 1 person to the CC. Chris Bantock has installed it, only invited 1. Guy's other profile hasn't been used yet. Gail has been a legend. She's invited 15 so far. Vincent has done 15. James Burkitt has installed, hasn't used it yet, just getting started. So we can see what you guys are doing. And this is going to get really fun because we can start gamifying the whole process. So what our plan is, guys, is during, for example, our Wednesday meetings, right? Guy goes, or whoever's going to do it, Matt, whoever's going to do, goes, hey guys, I want to congratulate James Burkitt once again for leading the leaderboard in the number of Zoom discovery calls made, and we can see on the app. The top 3 leaderboard are here. The top 5, these are the people that have done the most invites. This is who we can work on. Why is your invitation rate so high but your acceptance is so low? Maybe there's a problem with your LinkedIn profile. We as the Connect Collaborative can work with you and we can see those stats and we can make it fun. But I want to go through the numbers, guys. If every single person in the Connect Collaborative did 100 in LinkedIn invitations in 1 week by following the process, FPP, that's 40,000 invitations in 1 month. I promise you guys, the Connect Collaborative will triple in size, and everybody that does it consistently will go core 5 in how long, Guy? You're on mute.
2 months.
In 2 months, if you follow the process, you'll go core 5.
It's 200 connection requests will send you call 5.
There it is.
If nobody in your team did anything.
So that's the goal, guys, 200 connection requests. So you could effectively do that in 2 weeks. Obviously, you've got to go through the follow-ups, do your Zoom discovery calls, etc., etc. But the point is we've really, really made it easier. So for those of you guys who want to get on the test process, please talk to Guy. Guy will send you the link. And he will take you through the process because he's done an amazing job of all the training that is going to be used around that. So you guys can get on to please help test. The more data that we get, the more helpful it's going to be. it would be cool, guys. So yes, that is the Chrome extension. We can also white label the Chrome extension for your business. We can do some really cool stuff around that. It tracks it tracks the process. Now, what it also does is it gets our VA army of virtual assistants to provide sales support and allows our clients to have a whole bunch of salespeople remotely, and all they do is they execute instructions of the invitation message, the acceptance message, the captivating one-liner, etc. So we can train and manage them. So this is our core business now. So if you want to use it for the Connect Collaborative, great. If you can refer some business to me, this is what we do. We provide clients with platinum leads, gold leads, and silver leads, all handed to you in a database. Like literally, we give you a database of platinum, gold, and silver leads, and we train you how to measure them, how to convert them into sales. It can help you sell. It can help your salespeople sell. It's just this amazing way of getting a whole bunch of people around the world that really need an income. So you give them a much needed income, and they help you with sales. Each virtual assistant does 360 LinkedIn invitations per month. If 20 accept, that's 72 acceptances per virtual assistances. That is 72 acceptance messages, 72 LinkedIn messages, 72 follow-ups, 72 emails. And you own the database of those 72 names, email addresses, companies, job titles, even phone numbers, all wrapped up in a database. So if you have 5 virtual assistants working for you, you multiply that 72 by 5. It just explodes your sales and explodes your leads like very quickly. And that's what happens. So these guys need work. So we'd love to chat to them. We do a whole package offer where we offer 12 virtual assistants for a month. It's huge numbers. If these numbers are 5 virtual assistants, imagine what 12 is going to be. We do a 90-minute captivating one-liner workshop. We design the landing page. We interview you like a journalist would interview you. We do a little video with you. We do 3 messages and an email to every contact. The virtual assistants hand over the inquiries, plus you own the database. The cost of that is 3,000 Australian dollars. After that, you only pay 200 Australian dollars per month per VA. So it's a $3,000 to get your landing page. It's a huge boost of 12 VAs. Everything gets done for you, and then you literally just pay for the VAs that you want in future months. So the goal here is just to really help people sell. And also provide the VAs themselves with an income. So everybody, that is me, all done. That's it. If you want to go to the VA Army, it's va-army.com, which you can check it out. You can also get my book, download my free book on maj3.com, maj3.com. So va-army.com to get some more info of the VA Army. So yes, we're looking for bigger businesses with sales teams that are really looking for sales support. If you can refer any of them to us, that would be hugely appreciated. Once again, guys, thank you so much. It's been a privilege. I can't wait to launch the Connect Collaborative Chrome extension. It's going to make our lives so much easier. And thank you once again, Guy.
An amazing motivator. I'm ready to. Don't have anybody else on here, but absolutely phenomenal.